HOA put their fancy entrance gate right through my property line. The rent bill destroyed them. They installed a luxury automated entrance on my land. So I billed them like a landlord until their reserve fund ran dry. My property sits at the corner of their subdivision. There's a narrow strip of land they always assumed was theirs because it connects to their main road. For 15 years, they had a basic swing gate there. No issues. Then, the HOA president, a guy named Preston, decided their neighborhood needed an upscale image. I watched as contractors installed massive stone pillars, wrought iron gates with gold accents, and an underground motor system with backup batteries. They even added decorative lighting that ran on buried cables. The whole thing cost them $85,000, according to the invoice I saw later. Beautiful work. One problem: the eastern support pillar and half the motor housing sat 8 feet onto my property. I tried warning them. The morning the stone delivery arrived, I walked over with my property deed. Preston was directing the crew. When I showed him the survey map, proving my lot extended past their planned installation point, he smirked. "That survey's from the 80s. We had professionals stake this out. Maybe you should update your documents before making accusations." I didn't argue. I went home and watched them work. I let them set the pillars in concrete. I let them run the electrical conduit. I let them program the fancy keypad entry system. I waited until they sent out the neighborhood newsletter bragging about their enhanced security feature. 3 days after installation, I returned with my attorney and a county-certified surveyor. It took 15 minutes to confirm the encroachment. The eastern pillar, the motor assembly, and 40 feet of buried power cable were all on my land. Preston went white. He started talking about neighborly cooperation and offering to buy a small easement for $500. I declined. I presented a commercial lease instead, since they'd constructed permanent infrastructure on my property without authorization. I was charging them as tenants $8,000 monthly, retroactive to breaking ground, plus utility fees for the electrical lines crossing my land. Preston refused, said his lawyer would handle it. So I handled it first. I hired an electrician to disconnect the power supply where it entered my property. The gates died mid-cycle, stuck half open. The decorative lights went dark. The keypad stopped working. Residents had to squeeze through the gap or drive over the curb to exit. Then they spent another $28,000 relocating the pillar and rewiring everything properly. They wanted prestige. I gave them an expensive lesson in property law.